Hello, we're doing some AQA preliminary material coding tasks and it's a joy. Alright, ZigZag task 3. This is an interesting one because it's really not realistic. Currently it uses list data structures but includes some functionality which would be better suited to stack or queue data structures. Now in Python those are ultimately the same thing because you can use one or the other quite easily. The main point they're saying here is that when we update the targets in order to move them along to the, well, from your perspective is like to that side, right? We always do, all right, so this one becomes equal to what this one used to be, and then move it, and then this one becomes equal to, sorry, this one becomes equal to what this one used to be, move to the next one, this one becomes this one used to be, etc. Which means we have to go through the whole list, although because there's max number of targets, put an upper bound, the time complexity is 0.1. We can refactor this, simplify the code, just to deal with the start and the end, essentially going, well, it's a list, so if you want to shift it by one, you remove the first element and you add one at the end. Again, doing the right thing with the fingers? Okay, forget this. The issue you have here is that this is refactoring. Refactoring code means changing it to improve its performance, its legibility, its maintainability without changing the functionality. So you can't really test refactors. All you can do is test that it works like it used to. So in particular, this test plan, let me set up the task. So I'm selecting this, copying it, pasting it, renaming it to ZZ3 and going straight in. I'm going to run it and try and do the test. Okay. Training game 8 plus 3 minus 2. Right, so it's kind of the target list. The targets move one index to the left and 119 added to the end of the list. So this is what it does currently. So we've already passed the test. So you will never be given a refactoring task in the exam, much as this code is in dire need of refactoring, because you cannot make a test case. Well, you can make a test case, but the test case would already be you already pass the test and get a mark for free, because the code by definition already does what it does. Anyway, let's have a look at what they want us to do. Update targets is, I don't know where, so we'll just look for it. Yes, that's what it does, right? For each of the iterator count in between, going between 0 and length of target -1. Now the -1 is so that we only go as far as this element, which we're going to give, in which can take the value of the one next to it, because the very last one, we're simply going to put a new on it, right? But the new one is always going to be 119. So instead of doing this, right, what we can do is we've already popped the front, and we're going to append at the back. That's not right. Sorry, this pops the last one. What we want to do is pop the front. So yeah, it does all of this rigmarole, right? And then pops the back and then reappends, rather than just setting the value of the last one, by the way, right? You could just set targets, bracket, length target, -1, right? So now we pop the back and then, so pop the front, pop 0, and we append to the back. So the list goes 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. We pop 0, and then we add 1 at the back. The one we add at the back is by this logic, which doesn't change. So save this and run it. No, I want the training game, my bad. 8 plus 3 minus 2, right? And that, well, there's 3 of them now, that's not right. Oh, sorry, this... Okay, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them here, and I've only got 3 of them here, so I got something wrong. Oh yeah, because I don't want this anymore, of course. Yeah, right. We replaced the big iteration by something that just touches the beginning and the end. Okay, we're back on track. 8 plus 3 minus 2. Well, let's watch this. We get 5 at the front and just 1 of the 119 at the back. and now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 at the front. Let's move one. We've cleared this one, and I've got an extra 119 at the back. So all in all, I'm not even going to show the diff, right, because it's a bit insulting. But yeah, there is your refactoring code. I'd remember it's not, I like to kind of get it wrong sometimes the first time, and I need to figure out what wrong just to show you what the real deal is, because this probably could and might very well will happen to you in the exam. Thank you for watching this one, and I'll be back very soon for task 4.